What's up, YouTube? This is HDxKLIPZ. I am here today with a little bit of information on Warframe and how to mod. A couple other things we'll go through, but right now let's jump right into it and look at the mods. So first off, we got a brand new Excalibur here. You're gonna hit triangle. It's gonna show you all your mods. Now I have a lot more than most newer players will have due to the fact that I've been playing for a couple years, so don't get overwhelmed. You will eventually receive some of these mods that you do not see. You can get them also in trade chat and from Barrow Katir. Now, first off, what we want to look at is our Excalibur. You can see up here that Excalibur is built for armor. You also have health and shields that help protect him, but right now we're going to focus on his armor. So you're going to go find a mod called Steel Fiber. Steel Fiber, completely maxed out, will give you 110% armor. And we already have a polarity slot marked with the D polarity up in the top right hand corner, matching our Steel Fiber polarity, which will cut the capacity in half for that mod. In the top right hand corner of Steel Fiber, you can see it's 14, but when we insert it into the correct polarity, this will only use 7 capacity out of our 25 up here. See how it only went to 18 left. Now, we also have a V polarity, which is Moderai. Hitting R1 down in your mods will select through your different polarities, and we want to select Moderai. Now, we also would like to increase some of his abilities, which you have duration, efficiency, range, and strength. Range and strength should speak for themselves. Obviously, the higher the range, the farther the range the ability will work. Strength is the same thing. The higher the strength, the stronger the ability will work. Efficiency and duration will be based off how much energy you use per ability. It could be the ability from, or the energy drained per second for abilities that use that type, and the duration is how long the ability will last. So we would like to increase with Excalibur. I like using his 3rd and 4th ability, and we will be increasing the ability strength right here with a little bit of Intensify. Moving up to the top left hand corner mod slot right here, we will be adding what is called an aura mod. Now, since there is no polarity in this mod slot, we can use any aura mod we please. Sorry about that. And now we will be looking through to see what kind of aura mod we want to use. I would highly recommend using Steel Charge, as it adds 60% melee damage, and we will be meleeing with Excalibur a lot. As you can see right here, his Exalted Blade, the 4th ability, is a chromatic blade sword. And we will gain 60% melee damage using Steel Charge in your Aura Slot mod. We will go back to all and look at some of these other mods. Now, the Augur mods are great. You can find them in the bounties on Cetus. I would highly recommend trying to complete the set and get all of these mods. Duration and strength will be a high priority on Excalibur, as that has increased our damage to 385 slash and impact, and also our duration to 7.44. And to decrease our drain, we will be using continuity. If I can find it here, ability duration. As you can see, the drain is 25 per use, then also 2.02 energy per second. So it will consume 25 energy as soon as you activate it, and then 2.02 energy for every second it is active. Once we add once we add continuity, as you can see, the drain per second has decreased. It has went down to 1.94 energy per second, allowing us to have it for a little bit longer. Your top right mod slot is what is called the HDxKLIPZ mod slot. If you go down to your mods and hit R1 until you see HDxKLIPZ, these are all the mods that are capable of going into that slot only. Now you can put, you can put some of these mods into these other slots, but these are considered HDxKLIPZ mods, and I would highly recommend trying to find all of these drift mods: power drift, endurance drift, cunning drift, and coaction drift. These are also available for sale in trade chat from other players, or you can run Lua on Plato and do the mazes on there to get these mods. Now we will be unlocking our HDxKLIPZ slot for 20 platinum. That way we have an open mod slot. Now what we also will be doing is hitting R3, and this is what is called an Orokin reactor. Orokin reactors are 20 platinum, and they will double your mod capacity for a Warframe. So we will be buying this, installing that, and if you keep a close eye in the top left hand corner of the capacity, we have 3 available of 34. Now this will double as soon as we purchase this. Close to 59. We don't have this formatted for the correct polarity, so we did not gain the exact double amount. Once you forma for the V polarity, if using steel charge, you will receive 7 more capacity on your Warframe. Going back to the HDxKLIPZ mods, we will be adding power drift for the extra ability strength. We will also be changing, check that, we will not be changing that mod. Actually, this is a great time to show how to upgrade mods. As you can see, our continuity here, at the very bottom you see 5 little dots that are gray. And as you can see on these other mods, you have 5 dots that are blue. That's because these mods all over here have all been maxed out. And that is what you achieve. You want the highest possible numbers, percentages for your mods. Now in order to do this, you will be hitting square. If you look in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see mods. That's where we want to go to. And this will take us to our mod station. Once at our mod station, it will show all equipped mods of that Warframe and or weapon. Right now we want to be looking at our continuity, as it has not been leveled up at all. you hit X on your continuity and you go up to fusion. Now your fusion will allow you to increase your level of your mod, and you hit X once more and then scroll right, and by hitting R1 we can go through the different ranks. Now if you look up in the left hand corner of the screen, the ability duration has just doubled and went to 10% at rank 1. As you can also see, the drain has changed from 4 to 5. This number up in the top right hand corner of the mod is the drain. It is now a 5 instead of a 4, which is costing us more capacity points. What we want to do is keep hitting R1 until we reach rank 5. This will be max rank, and we now have a 9 capacity on our continuity. Actually, I apologize, I don't have enough endo at the time. As you can see over here, the fusion cost. The top right hand number, the 450 here, is endo. This will be needed to level up all of your mods. This will also cost credits. The very bottom number, 21,735, is the amount of credits we will be using to increase this mod to rank 4. You hit square and then yes, and the mod has been ranked up to level 4. Hitting circle will take us back to our Excalibur, and as you can see, the continuity is now rank 4. We still have 15 capacity out of our 59. We have very good ability duration, and we have very good ability strength. We now would like to increase some of his other attributes, possibly some health, maybe some shields, to make him so he is not going to be killed extremely fast. In this case, redirection would definitely be a good one, as that increases our shield capacity. A nicely modded vitality would also be installed, as that will also help with his health, leaving us an empty mod slot and only a level 0 redirection. But as we work towards that later, you can forma the mod slot for a polarity, and that will help increase your overall capacity. Or how much capacity, not increase your overall capacity. It will allow you to install more mods by giving you more, by cutting your capacity in half on these mods. You have to reach rank 30 with the Warframe, and then once you hit rank 30, you come back to the screen, hit R3, and as you can see, polarization is not available due to our Excalibur being unranked. Once he is rank 30, you will be able to add forma to any mod slot, and that will help you to put more mods on your build. Now, moving on to Fashion Frame. Fashion Frame has become a huge part of this game, and we are going to be editing our Excalibur's appearance by hitting square. From this screen, you can see that our Excalibur is completely plain. We do not have any special skins, helmets, animations, attachments, sedanas, anything on our Excalibur. What we want to do is go down to the colors and select primary. From here, you will be able to scroll through all of your available color palettes and the ones that you can also purchase. I believe we will use some red on this Excalibur and brighten him up a bit. I like that.
Fearsome appearance, operator. You will strike
Secondary color, going a little darker black, I think will help his overall look. His third color, as you can see, are the shoulders, the gray area, which is now brown. Also going to go with a black, giving our Excalibur a nice look. Accents are the lining around his waistline, as you can see, and chest. And I'm pretty sure I like the white. That looks pretty solid. We will go with the white. And your energy color. So when you're using your abilities, this color will be the one displayed for your abilities. As you can see around him, the aura around him, the color is changing for his abilities. I would like to stick with the red that we have already chosen. And I believe it was this one. Now, to also add to our Excalibur's look, we will be adding a Sedana. For those that don't know, a Sedana is basically a cape. There are many different variations, ones that have flames on them, ones that look like metal, and then a lot that looks like capes. I really like this Sedana for Excalibur. It has a great look for it. Now, what you want to do, or what you can do, you don't have to, is you can go to copy main colors, and it will turn your Sedana into the exact same colors as your Excalibur. Bam. Now we are completely matched, and our Excalibur looks pretty good. Backing out, we will go to attachments, and you can scroll through different chest, leg, and arm attachments for your Excalibur. Starting with the chest, we can go through a few of these and see which one looks the best on our Excalibur. I believe I will be using the Umbra armor on him just because there is an Excalibur Umbra later in the game. And the Infirmas are something fairly new. Most newer players will not have any of these. They're acquired by beating some of the higher level bosses in the game. You can also acquire some of them by doing your Nightwave. The Smoking Body one is actually a drop from the Stalker. It's pretty rare. It's my favorite one, and we will be using that. We will also be going down to copying our main colors of our Smoking Body Infirma and our armor, changing it to match our Warframe. Now our Excalibur looks pretty good. Moving on to animations. Every frame will have 2, if not more, animations that are dedicated to that specific frame. The animation just changes his stance and how he looks while he is standing in place. Excalibur has a few different ones here, and I think I like this one the best. There are more obviously available that you can purchase for platinum. But we will be using the Umbra Noble animation set. The Regalia. Now this is very important for using with your syndicates. Once you select a syndicate that you are going to be working with, you will then be able to go to your Warframe and attach a sigil. Now, right here, the front sigil on Excalibur's chest will be displayed. I am with Red Veil and Steel Meridian. Therefore, I will be using the Viscera sigil, giving us an 11% increase in standing with our Red Veil. You're only allowed one sigil per Warframe. Moving on to weapons. We'll be looking at the Furious for our secondary weapon today, going to upgrade. Now on your weapons it's a little bit different. You have several different types of damages that each weapon can do, starting with critical chance, which is 5% on this weapon and very low. The critical chance multiplier, also known as critical damage, is right below that at a 2.0x, 2 times multiplier. You then will be going down to look at status chance, which is 12%. Now because this number is double with the crit chances, we will be building this weapon for status. You also have your individual damages here as slash, impact, and a very high puncture for this weapon. Going through and looking at some of our dual status mods, we want to increase that status chance by adding Frostbite, which is 60% cold and 60% status, to pistols, has increased our status chance to 19.2% and also added cold elemental damage to 12. Now we will be adding a second dual status mod known as Pistol Pestilence, which adds Toxin, 60% and 60% status chance. Now putting this side by side with our Frostbite, we will create a new elemental damage. As you can see, as I noted earlier, we have 12 damage of cold on there right now. Pay attention to that number right now because that is going to change from cold to viral damage. We have combined our toxin damage along with our cold damage to create viral damage. Now this is very helpful. Viral damage will damage certain factions more than other, meaning it may do more damage to Corpus than Grineer, maybe more damage to Infested than Corpus. You will have to find that out in your codex. It will show you all of your enemies and what type of damage that they can be killed by. Moving on, we're going to be adding Scorch, which is 60% heat and another 60% status chance, increasing our overall status to 33.6% and also adding heat elemental damage to 12. As you can see, we are running out of capacity on our weapon here. So by hitting R3 again, you will be using an Orokin catalyst on your weapon to double your mod capacity. So we will install that right now, and our capacity has just gone up to 50 instead of 29. We now have 29 capacity to work with, allowing us to add more mods. Now we have one more dual status mod. Let me find it. Jolt. Jolt will add 60% electricity plus 60% status chance, but once combined side by side with Scorch, with the heat, we will create a new elemental damage. That heat on the left hand side at 12 damage will no longer be there. We will now install this, and we have created radiation damage. The heat and electricity, we now have radiation at 24 damage. Now with our other polarity here being Naramon, with the little negative slash there, the little negative slash here, you will match those up, and we will be adding Augur Pact. Augur Pact will now give us a 90% damage increase. We still have plenty of space left for a couple more mods, and I would highly advise running Hornet Strike. Hornet Strike maxed out will add 220% damage, but we don't want to use all of our mod capacity just yet. We will be adding a lower level Hornet Strike to this, allowing us with 100% more damage and giving us an extra mod space. Now, since we already used cold up here with our toxin giving us our viral damage, we now can add Ice Storm with giving us additional damage and also additional magazine capacity, which will help on this weapon. With an ending result in 40.8% status and some fairly decent little numbers on our damage. We have also increased our magazine capacity from 35 to 49, which will help out a lot. Now, we will go in some gameplay and test out our Excalibur and test out some of our weapons.
There is a large platoon near Marine stationed here. Leave no one standing.
You'd think they'd clone something a little less ugly.
As you can see, the damage on our Furious is pretty good for low-level enemies. Great beginning weapon. Collect a few resources on the way. I would advise any new players to hunt down all your resources, as they will be useful for building weapons and warframes during the game.
Heads up, a Grineer assault team is headed your way.
For the Lotus.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Using R1 and X, we are able to use our first ability, and it cuts them up pretty nice. Alright, mission
I will
complete.
consider what I've learned from the skirmish.
Good fortune, Hunter.
Nice. Daily login. Got a credit booster. Awesome. One more thing I would like to add before we end this video is going back to your arsenal. And if you have not got your Taxon, I would highly advise grabbing Taxon.
Now get out there.
You can acquire him from
And make the Lotus proud.
one of the relays. I can't remember if it is this one or not. Let me just bear with me for a second. Doing your relays, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, will give you all 6 of those rewards for completing that relay. That is not the one I am looking for. There's the Furious Blueprint, the weapon we were just using. You can get that by unlocking the Venus Junction. And there is Taxon Blueprint right there. I would highly advise unlocking the Venus Junction first to get your taxon and also get that furious weapon. It is pretty good. The taxon will help you a lot. Once you get your taxon, go back to your arsenal and go to upgrade triangle on your taxon. What you want to run is a mod called Vacuum. This mod will save you a ton of time. It will vacuum all of the resources within 11.5 meters from your Warframe. That way you don't have to run directly over those resources. You can just shoot them as you're running through missions and your taxon will collect them for you. This will help out a lot. Definitely give your taxon a lot of health and a lot of shield to help him survive during your missions so you don't lose the ability for him to vacuum your mods.
Operator? Is that
I hope this helped you guys out. Hope this video helped.
I will attempt to bypass
I will be making more in the future. I apologize. I'm not the greatest commentary. This is my first video commentarying, so give me a little break on that. But yeah, I hope to help you guys out, and I will be back soon.